Hey guys, it's FGF Chris and the Neo Geo Fanatic here to give you my PlayStation recommendations from my personal collection. I'll show you games that are great and excellent and epic, and I'll show you games that are just okay. I'm not going to show you any bad games though, because just like any video game fan, I'm not going to buy something that I don't like. You'd be a freaking idiot to do that. Unless you're like one of those collectors or whatever. So let's get down to it. First we'll start off with PlayStation 1. I don't really have too many PS1 games in my collection, but that's because I'm not a big fan of PlayStation 1. I'll just be honest. I like PS2 a hell of a lot better. And that's just me and my personal opinion, so fuck you if you don't like it. So, here's what we got. Ghost in a Shell. This game I did not like that much. However, I like the anime series, Ghost in the Shell, both the movies and the TV series. And the thing I didn't like about this game that much was the fact that they don't show Major Kusanagi in this. She is a hot babe right on the cover, but you don't see her in this. You drive around a stupid mecha the whole time. However, it got good reviews, a lot of people like it, so I judge this game as an okay game. It's pretty cool. You know, okay. Next up, me being an SNK fan, and you'll see a lot of SNK in this collection, believe me, is Metal Slug X. My favorite Metal Slug game of all time. This game is a must-buy, balls-to-the-wall action. That's what Metal Slug is all about. Jackie Chan Stuntmaster. Jackie Chan is cooler than Jesus. Yes, Jackie Chan is the best. I'm a huge Chan fan. I've been following his movies from the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, and sadly, the 2000s and 2010s. He kind of went downhill ever since he got into the American market. Hollywood really fucked up his name. However, Jackie Chan in China is still epic. This game is unbelievably epic. Jackie Chan himself volunteered to have motion sensors hooked up to him, and every single move you pull off in this game, Jackie Chan did the physical motions for it. It is so cool! Must buy Jackie Chan Stuntmaster. I wish they made a sequel. Oh, I wish they did. So sad. Now we're going to get into the Tekken series a little bit. Tekken 2. I believe this is the first good Tekken game of all time. You can finally pull off combos, juggle a little bit. It's a really good game, plus I have the hots for Jun Kazuma. She is sexy. Then we have Tekken 3. Jin Kazuma, 18 years later after Tekken 2. Great game. This is a revolutionary fighting game that put 3D fighters on the map and exceeded all possibilities. You have to own this. Medal of Honor. Yes, first person shooter glory time. It is so freaking awesome. If you like first person shooters or war games or even war history, you would totally dig this game. It has awesome multiplayer as well. Great game. Get it. Buy it. Even if you don't like war games, fucking buy it. Let's see, that was my PS1 collection. What are we going to start off with next? How about series? Oh, Grand Theft Auto! Grand Theft Auto! Epic game series. Get to kill. I don't even play the scenario mode in this. Basically, I just run around and kill people and use cheats and then travel around the city and kill more people and steal money and weapons, and that's Grand Theft Auto. If you haven't heard of this series, get it. It's pretty freaking cool. Now, dun 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 Snake! Metal Gear. If you haven't heard of the series or never played it, you must go out and play this series. If you didn't like this series, you can just go fucking kill yourself. It is good. It is freaking awesome. Solid Snake Espionage, can't beat that. Oh my god, it's so deep. Like, you sneak around, you have a tranquilizer gun, you put people to sleep, and sneak around some more and fight crazy bosses that are evil and malicious and have magical fucking powers and shit. Metal Gear. Soul Calibur. Okay. Soul Calibur 2 and Soul Calibur 3. My honest opinion is Soul Calibur 2 is a lot better than 3. Soul Calibur 1 and 2 remain my favorite. I mean, it is just really good gameplay, really good characters, good fighting game. One of the few weapon-based fighting games too. It's really cool. 3 was kind of a letdown because they sacrificed some of the graphics for that stupid customization mode. And, I don't know, they made the Japanese characters look more American, I noticed too. Didn't like 3 that much. Maybe I'll sell it one of these days. Maybe not. Alright, now we're getting into SNK a little bit. Fatal Fury Battle Archives 1 and Fatal Fury Battle Archives 2. Here's my opinion on this. Battle Archives 1 consists of Fatal Fury, Fatal Fury 2, Fatal Fury Special, and Fatal Fury 3. There's only 2 games I like on this. Fatal Fury Special and Fatal Fury 3. The reason is, they're just really well done. The characters, the gameplay, it's just great. With Fatal Fury Battle Archives 2, there's 3 games. Real Bout Fatal Fury, Real Bout Fatal Fury Special, and Real Bout Fatal Fury 2. Real Bout Fatal Fury 2 is my favorite on this. I love the whole series, but I'm pretty picky when it comes to Fatal Fury. Buy it though, it's good. More Tekken. Tekken Tag Tournament, Tekken 4, and Tekken 5. Tekken Tag was so freaking cool. It was the best 3D fighting game I've ever played on the PS2 between the years 2000 and 2005. Tekken 4 was really good too. A lot of story development, but I don't know, it lacked finesse. Plus they had like closed-in arenas where you could do wall juggles so easily, and everything in the environment was so inconsistent, and I didn't like that aspect of it. But it was still a good game. It's an okay game, I should say. Tekken 5, fucking buy it. Took everything that was wrong with Tekken 4, and this is a game. This is a game that made it right. Tekken 5 has more characters, awesome environments, one cheap-ass boss. Jinpachi is evil. Keep the hell away from him. Next, we're going to look at SNK games. SNK Arcade Classics. Really cool. You have like 19 games in this, or 16 games, I'm not really sure. I haven't played it in a while, so I'm kind of rusty. Art of Fighting, Baseball Stars 2, Burning Fight, Fatal Fury, King of Monsters, Last Resort, Magician Lord, Metal Slug, Neo Turf Masters, Samurai Showdown, Shingoku, Shock Troopers, Super Sidekicks 3, King of Fighters 94, Top Hunter, and World Heroes. It's packed. If you like SNK and you like classic games, buy it. One game I recommend is Shock Troopers. I did a review on that and I fell in love with it. Oh, I love Shock Troopers. They also have a sequel if you get the emulators and stuff. Good game. Metal Slug Anthology. Now, you know how I have the PS1 version of Metal Slug X, right? Well, this has all 6 games of Metal Slug. Metal Slug 1 through 6. And it's more complete, man. And it's like a perfect arcade port of it, too. Nice menu features as well. And yeah, I like the fact that they added Ralph and Clark in 6. My favorite's still in there, Metal Slug X. And the nice thing about this is, you remember how hard Metal Slug games are to beat? Especially with only 3 lives and 3 continues? this has unlimited. So you can keep killing and breeze through these games like nothing. It is so cool. Metal Slug. Buy it. Samurai Showdown Anthology. Just like the Metal Slug Anthology, this game is very complete too. A perfect arcade port of all 6 Samurai Showdown games that came out in that time period. First weapons-based fighting game of all time, set records, really strategic gameplay for a fighting game, and Haomaru really rocks stuff up with those current tornadoes. Ugh, so cool. Buy it. Neo Geo Battle Coliseum. Okay. You know how in King of Fighters they have different fighting game franchises in one game? Well, this has like every single fighting game franchise that SNK has to offer in one game. It is packed. Buy it. It is really cool. You can even use Marco for Metal Slug and some crazy characters. You have the boss Orochi, who's also known as Mizuki in this game, and it's cool. You even have 2 newcomers. You have Athena being the ancient goddess instead of the high school schoolgirl. Good game. Buy it. I mean, buy every SNK game I have, except Art of Fighting Anthology. This is the only one that was a letdown. I'm not a fan of the Art of Fighting series. I bought it just because it's SNK. It's an okay to poor game. Buy it if you're an SNK fan, stay away from it if you're not. Simple as that. Okay, now to random games. Street Fighter Alpha Anthology. This game is awesome. Must buy. It is cool. You have all 3 Alpha games. Oh, excuse me, all 4 including Alpha 2 Gold. And even a bonus game. One that was really rare and you could only find for the PS1 back in the day. Gem Fighter. It is really awesome. You're basically these chibi characters, like really cutesy deformed midgets of like Ryu, Ken, Sakura, and many others. And buy it. DOA 2 Hardcore. Now if you're familiar with the Dead or Alive series, you might see on the Sega Dreamcast that they have DOA 2. Well, this game is DOA 2 Hardcore. Basically, all the chicks that you love in this game, all those panty shots and brawl shots, well, this game even has more costumes per each character. Buy it. Especially if you're a perv. Guilty Gear Accent Core. Basically, Guilty Gear 2, X2, but spruced up. You also have new characters like ABA and Order Soul Bad Guy, who's like the Justice version of Soul Bad Guy. Really awesome game, heavy metal soundtrack, crazy awesome rock and roll fun. Buy it. Guilty Gear 2, X2. Same exact thing. Buy it. It's good, heavy metal rockin' tracks while you're kicking ass. And it's funny, whenever the round starts it says, "Round 1, let's rock!" Awesome. Oh, actually it goes Heaven and Hell, let's rock. Gran Turismo 4. I'm not a big fan of racing games, but I really enjoyed this, so I bought it. It's really cool. You can customize vehicles. There's a lot to select from. It's just a good game. Gundam Federation vs. Xeon. Never really got into this game. In fact, I wonder why I even have it. I don't care. Capcom vs. SNK 2. There's a funny backstory with this game. I got this back in 2001 I got this. And I didn't really know SNK that much. Yeah, I played a little bit of Samurai Showdown for the Genesis back in the day, but not really familiar with the SNK series. This introduced me to SNK, and this made me fall in love with King of Fighters. You have Capcom characters like Street Fighter, Darkstalkers, Project Justice even, versus SNK characters like King of Fighters, Fatal Fury, Samurai Showdown. It's packed. Get it. We love Katamari. I really love Katamari. This game is like an acid trip where you roll around a giant green ball as alien dude and roll up a bunch of shit and throw it into space and make planets. You know, you don't have to be on any drugs to think this game is trippy. Buy it. Well, that settles it. That's it. That's the whole collection. Wait a minute! If you watch my reviews or my LPs, you would notice that I really focus on one certain series. The King of Fighters series! PlayStation 1, King of Fighters 95, the first great King of Fighters game. Buy it. King of Fighters 99 on the PS1. Buy it. Alright, what else do we have here? King of Fighters Orochi Collection. Perfect collection of 94, 95, 96, 97, and 98. It's really good. It's like the Neo Geo AES and MVS right there. Perfect port. Buy it. And also you can unlock soundtracks too. Pretty cool. Alright, King of Fighters 98 Ultimate Match. This game is probably my favorite 2D King of Fighters game, other than some of the modern ones they have. Like 13 is pretty awesome, and I think it ties this. King of Fighters 98 is basically 98 on crack. Buy it. Alright, what else do we have? We have King of Fighters 2000 and 2001. Buy it. I will say one thing though. King of Fighters 2000 I liked a hell of a lot more than 2001. In fact, King of Fighters 2000 is one of the better games of the series. But 2001 it's just lacking. I mean, the art style's weird, the music is really lame, but the core fighting engine's still there, so it's a good game still. It just lacks that aesthetic crap. Pretty cool stuff. Buy it. King of Fighters 2002 and 2003. Awesome game. 2003 I like better than 2002, but that's just me. 2002 UM though, Unlimited Match for the Xbox 360 and the PS3. I like it a lot. And we have King of Fighters 11. This is the last story arc of the Ash Crimson saga. The final one that wraps things up is 13, and KOF 12 didn't exist. That game was never made. Screw it. Great game. Buy it, and it's packed. Most characters in any King of Fighters game to date. King of Fighters Maximum Impact. I didn't like this game too terribly much. It was a really good transition into 3D, and for what it was, to introduce KOF to 3D, I find pretty awesome and admirable. Really good game. The sequel to Maximum Impact, however, King of Fighters 2006, I love with a passion. Everything that was wrong with Maximum Impact, they corrected in this game. 2006 is complete, and it's sad though. They had a really interesting storyline, but it wasn't finished. Like it was like left open for a third version, and they never released a third version, and they never will probably. Great game though, buy it. Well, that wraps up my PlayStation collection of fighting games and anything random that I have. It's not a huge collection, but it's games I enjoy the most. Thanks for watching. This is the Fighting Game Fanatic and the Neo Geo Fanatic signing out. Take care, guys.